All right, here at the AT&T Center, the Spurs get a big 116-105 win against the Bulls. Jeff Garcia alongside, as always. And Jeff, I know getting the fifth win in a row is key, but I think a lot of people can look at this game and say it's the Tony Parker is back game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
A season-high 32 points. Just your thoughts on the way Tony was able to not only score, but get everybody else involved in today's game.
Well, you hit it on the nail. He was getting everybody back in the rhythm, back in where the spots are going to be. Look at a guy like Kawhi Leonard. He had 20 points tonight. That's feeding off Tony Parker. Created that havoc on the defense, leading to open shots or the players in lanes to come in. Tony Parker was phenomenal against me. What I liked about it, low turnovers too. Really didn't come to turn the ball over a lot for him as the point guard.
You know, one of the things he said post-game, too, and you can catch the post-game comments on our website there, myhalftimesports.com, but he said, you know, I was kind of tired of being asked what's wrong, or the injuries bothering you, or you in a flow, so I'm tired of hearing that, and I'm wondering, I kind of tweeted this out during the game, I'm wondering if, I hate cliches, but I'm wondering if this was kind of a Tony statement game, kind of, hey, look, I'm fine, I'm back, whatever it was bothering me mentally, physically, whatever, struggling-wise, I'm back. Did you kind of get that sense from him during the play?
I got that. Not only that, also he did it against a tough Chicago defense. Chicago's known for being one of the better defensive teams under Tom Thibodeau. So he did it against guys like Joakim Noah, Pau Gasol, getting into the lane, creating shots. I mean, he had some shots that look like vintage Parker. You know, spinning around, finding the lane, going up, circus shot goes in. So, phenomenal game from Tony Parker.
And Kawhi Leonard, 20-point game, 20 points. It's the fourth straight game he scored at least 20. First time in his career, even during last year's finals, it was 3 straight, not 4 straight. So 20 straight. And he said after the game, feeling like I'm getting into that group. We need to play better as a team. We've talked about this on the show for the last several weeks. Tony and Kawhi are reason number 1, and 2, the Spurs either struggle or they do well. And I think we saw that take effect again today.
One other thing that stood out for me during the game is that the Spurs were able to get a quality win, at least in this win streak, without the services of Tim Duncan. We really didn't have a Tim Duncan-like game. He didn't score a basket, 27 minutes, 3 points. So for them to rally around that as a focal point for them, look, you know, TD has been their number 1 guy for a good chunk of the season. And to get this win without a Tim Duncan being Tim Duncan, that's football.
First time in his career that Timmy didn't score, at least according to a tweet that I heard from Jeff McDonald over the Express News. First time in Timmy's career that he didn't score a basket. But I guess to wrap it up, Jeff, your final thoughts on, I know you hit on a couple of things, but your final thoughts going forward now with Toronto and now Cleveland. The toughest games of this homestand coming up now this week.
You nailed it on the head. These are the 2 toughest teams that they're going to play in this homestand. One thing for me is that, A, they cannot look past Toronto. You know, that every win has to count at this point. They're 6th place right now in the Western Conference with the win, but only by percentage points because Dallas has won a few played a few games. So complacency should not be able to settle in. They got to get every win here at home at least, and wish for the best and low turnovers. They cannot call the ball up versus a Toronto team or a Cleveland team.
And we'll have reaction to those games Saturday on the show. As always, Halftime Sports comes on Saturday morning, 9 to 11. ESPN 94.5 FM, 1250 AM, and also on myhalftimesports.com. A big thank you to Paul Garcia, who's being kind enough to be behind the camera. Follow Paul on Twitter. Always a great source of information. Jeff as well, and the great guys over at Project Spurs. So we'll see you guys on Saturday.